So today's video is finally going to be my favorite albums of 2015. I realized I've waited almost the entire month of January to make this. There's just been a lot of shit going down, and I went to Tucson and I put my notice in at my jobs, and it's just been crazy. I finally narrowed them down to my favorite top 13. I had 3 honorable mentions. I couldn't narrow it down to 10, mainly because I didn't do separate videos this year, because most of my favorite local bands didn't put out albums. So just 1 video instead of 2 this year. So we'll start with the honorable mentions because it's easier to talk about them now. First is Beast by Fizzy Blood, and this is an album I haven't been able to get my hands on, mainly because it's not as readily available in the United States as it would be in the UK. So if anybody of my UK subscribers want to send me shit, please, thank you, I love you forever. I've talked about them recently and their album is dope as fuck. Fizzy Blood, Beast. And yes, I realize my hair is like the exact same color as my flannel. I don't know. Second honorable mention is Melissa by FKA Twigs, and this was a record I stumbled upon by accident. One of her songs came on the radio and I Shazammed it because I got Shazam finally this year, which has been like a blessing in disguise. And that record is so weird and eerie, and I need to pick it up because the album art is beautiful and she's sexy as fuck, and she's like if Bjork and Purity Ring had like a really weird black baby. Good stuff. Links to all these will be in the thing. And then the third honorable mention, this one pained me because I listened to this album so much this year, is the self-titled debut by Algiers. I saw Algiers play with Ravenna Woods this year and it blew my mind. Chris from Ravenna was like, dude, this is like the best band we've played with in a very long time. Trust me. And Chris is one of those people that I trust his musical taste and his musical opinions. He has very discerning taste and he's very picky, so I'm like, if he likes it, it has to be good. And he was right, because they're awesome. And their record is like, if Interpol and editors had I don't know, like synthy New Orleans. It's very confusing to explain, but it's really dark, it's really like bumping, and I dig it. Done with the honorable mentions, down to number 10. We have 2 by Fiddlar, and this album I just bought the CD. I don't remember where I was, which record store I was at, but I purchased it and I love it. I've listened to it a bazillion times this year. I heard 40 Ounce on repeat, I saw the music video, and I fell in love with it. I'd love to see them play. I feel like they'd be really fun to photograph because they have fun senses of humor and they don't care about being weird. Those are the best bands to photograph, the ones that don't give a shit about being weird. Yeah. David Bowie would have been amazing to photograph. Black Star isn't on this list because I haven't heard the whole thing, but. Number 9, we have Young Fathers, White Men Are Black Men Too, and again, this was a band that I saw live this year. I was talking to my friend Sean about Typhoon, who's completely different from Young Fathers, and they have a song called Young Fathers, Typhoon does. I was talking to him about how much I love Typhoon, and he was like, oh, you should listen to this band Young Fathers. And I thought because he mentioned it while we were talking about Typhoon, that they would be like Typhoon. No, no, no. They're like British, dark, alt hip hop. Nothing to do with Typhoon, which is like a 12-piece orchestral beautifulness, but like British alt synthy hip hop that's like dark and cool and shit. They would fit perfectly into the Skins soundtrack. The British Skins, not the American Skins, because the American Skins was like the biggest mistake ever. Number 8, we have Adele's 25, and Adele pulled a Beyonce on everybody this year by releasing this album at the end of the year. If she had released it 8 months ago, it probably would have been up higher just because I haven't gotten a chance to listen to it as many times as I would have, but I was listening to it earlier today and I just have to say it's speaking to me in so many ways right now. I don't even need to talk about it. She's Adele and she's perfect and she can't do no wrong, and I love her face and humor and voice and everything. Adele, you're speaking to my soul right now. Anyway, Adele, 25, perfect. Next we have another sad album that's been making me feel all kinds of things lately. Carry the Ghost by Noah Gunderson. Blossom, Slow Dancer, Topless Dancer, Heartbreaker, ugh. Heartbreaker is a heartbreaker, and I do not need my heart broken right now. So Noah Gunderson, if you want to feel some shit, listen to it, because it's really great and he can do no wrong. it gets louder. Like, it's louder than Ledges. It's cool. It's like, he gets angrier. And I love hearing Noah get angry. I don't want him to get angry. I want him to be happy all the time. Actually, I don't, because then he would not write good songs, because all of his songs are sad. Moving along to number 6, we have Medallion by Lostlander. And you guys know how much I love Lostlander. You guys know how much I love them with my heart and my soul. Medallion is so good. And I mean, I've talked about it a gazillion times this year. Gemini is like my jam, and it's my anthem because, like, I'm a Gemini. I love Lostlander. Dig it. Lostlander. I love you. Love you guys forever and ever. And then at number 5, we have The Flourish and the Spoil by The Districts, and this band I fell in love with at Sasquatch. I saw them on the Yeti stage. It was one of those shows where I'm like, I don't know who this band is, but I got some extra time. So I went and I saw their set, and they rocked my face off. This band, they're super young. They're from somewhere in New England. I don't remember where exactly, but they were rad. Like, just really young, loud, punky energy. And the record I purchased, like when I got home, I bought it on vinyl. Hounds, Chlorine are my personal favorites. It's, I mean, not like Phantom Planet, but like the same kind of energy, but just a little bit like louder and rougher. I don't know, I dig them a lot, and if you guys haven't checked out The Districts, please do. I know they toured a couple of months ago and I missed their show in Seattle, but hopefully they'll tour again this year. I don't know, I liked them a lot, they were fun. Number 4, this is where we're getting to like where it was really hard for me to kind of like decide who was like 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, we have Elvi's Return to the Moon, and you can't really see, but I have a poster right above me. When I heard that Matt Berninger and Brett Knopf was putting an album together, like the two of them, I was like, did I just die and go to heaven? Like, is what's happening? I had no idea that they were like collaborating, and when I found out, it just I love Matt Berninger and his face and his voice and his stage presence and his humor and everything about him. And then Brett Knopf, I'm just like, I could listen to you talk for hours and it would be fine. And their record did not disappoint. I love it so much. I've been able to like just fangirl so hard over the both of them with all this music that they've been putting out, and the music videos are super fucking weird, so you should watch them if you haven't yet. They have like a music video for almost all the songs that are on the record, and I love it. I love it a lot. Number 3, we have Father John Misty, I Love You Honey Bear. Father John Misty, Josh Tillman, is a man that I would climb like a tree. I saw him in Sasquatch. The lighting was like the worst thing in the world, but his performance was perfection and made me feel some things in some parts. Yeah. Already I loved him like from the last album, but then he like got all sappy and fell in love, and I was just like, nope, you can't do that, Jay Tillman. Don't do that. Don't do it. I Love You Honey Bear. Holy shit. I went to the store one day. True Affection. Just can't. I can't. I love him so much. And then number 2 and number 1 were so hard to narrow down. I was like, this is kind of impossible. Number 2, we have Foals, What Went Down. I was just listening to that about 20 minutes ago before I started filming this, and that album, it has a lot of like the like kind of mathy stuff on Holy Fire, and it gets really like heavy, like Mountain at My Gates, Knife in the Ocean. But the Knife in the Ocean kind of goes back to a little bit of Total Life Forever, where it's a little more ethereal and a little like just kind of, it's a perfect mix of what I love from Foals, and I am so excited to see them tour this year. I'm gonna die. Like it's gonna be great. Thank you so much. The perks of living on a main road. Yay. It's also rush hour. If you could see the mess I have sitting around me right now, you would love it. I don't have a couch yet, but once I have a couch and my TV set up, I will do an apartment tour, I swear to God. Stop talking, Abby, stop talking, you're talking about music. The motorcycle thinks so too. Stop talking, Abby. So I'm gonna keep talking. Number 1, this band I've known about for a very long time. I never really got into their stuff until I saw them at Sasquatch. I wasn't able to kind of appreciate it until I saw them live, and until I knew all of the back history, until I knew more about them, and just Sleater Kinney, man. Sleater fucking Kinney. No Cities to Love was a perfect way for them to kind of come back into the music scene, and when they played Sasquatch this year, they like closed the first night and nobody knew that they were playing because they played after Of Monsters and Men, so all the teeny boppers left. So I got to get up real close and get like the perfect photos of Carrie Brownstein, and it solidified my girl crush for her for the rest of time. Sleater-Kinney's No Cities to Love, like no anthems, Fangless, price tag, it's all great and it's all amazing, and they are the bee's knees. If I could be any rock star, if I could be any person, I would be Carrie Brownstein. Like, I love her that much. I've cut my hair like her like 3 times now. Her hair isn't blue, clearly, but I cut my hair like hers. Sleater-Kinney's No Cities to Love, bar none, favorite album of the year. If you haven't listened to it, what are you doing with your life? You need to change that. You need to change the fact that you haven't heard this. Please do that, you know? There you have it, my favorite albums of last year, and please go check out all of these. The links will be in the thing below, and if you haven't seen my video from Tucson yet, please do that as well. I'll put a link to that right here. I really want you guys to kind of see what I did and all the fun stuff that I got to do. Okay, I'm gonna go to work now because apparently my boss decided to put me on the schedule today even though I requested it off. Thanks a lot, Ricky. Thanks a lot. But he gave me his Netflix password, so I can't complain that much. I'm gonna stop talking now. Okay. Okay. I need to sign off and stuff.